जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन। यमुनतीरावनचारि। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन। यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन। यमुनतीरावनचारि। तीरावनचारि। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे हरे राम, राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे राम राम। जय राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ राधा। जय राधा। जय निताय पतित पावन गौर हरि, जय निताय पतित पावन गौर हरि। जय निताय पतित पावन गौर हरि, निताय पतित पावन गौर। जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद, जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत संप्रदाय की हरे कृष्ण। श्रीमद् भागवतम कैंटो 3 chapter 25. Sir, canto 4 chapter. Yeah, paper on the table. Canto 4 chapter 3 text number 25. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopkumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So, canto 4, chapter 3, text number 25. Yadrivirjasva sva hitaya madhyeche yadivratasya athiya madhyeche dunda badram badram bhavatyana tato bhavishyati संभावित्स्यास्व जनात् प्रभाभवो यदा सा सद्यो मर मरणाय कल्पते. Translation and proper sorry, translation. In spite of this instruction, you decide to go, neglecting my words. The future will not be good for you. You are most respectable, and when you are insulted by relative, this insult will immediately be equal to death. End of Bhaktivedanta purports of 4th canto, chapter 3 of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Talks Between Lord Shiva and Mother Sati. So should I do next slide? Yeah. Okay. Maitreya Uvacha Etavadukta Virarama Shankara Patnyange Nasham Hi Ubhayantra Chintayan Suhrudrikshu Parishankita Bhavan Nishkramati Nirvishanti Dudha Shabsa Nishkramati Nirvishati Dudha Shabsa. You want to say it? You can decide. Etadadukta Virarama Shankara Atyanganasham Ubhayatra Chintayan Sushrudbhirikshu Parishankita Bhavan Nishkramati Nirvasati Didasha Sa. Translation and purport based on Legacy Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Yes. The sage Maitreya said, Lord Shiva was silent after speaking to Sati, seeing her between the decisions. Sati was very much anxious to see her relatives at her father's house, but at the same time, she was afraid of Lord Shiva's warning. Her mind unsettled, she moved in and out of the room as swing moves this way and that way, this way and that. Purport. Sati's mind was divided between whether to go to her father's house or obey the order of Lord Shiva. The struggle between the two decisions was so strong that she was pushing from one side of the room to another, and she began to move just like pendulum of a clock. ॐ अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं भंगं लंघायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरोन् दिनतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। हरे कृष्ण। So, welcome everybody. I seek everyone, blessings from every one of you so that I can speak something meaningful. So, here, this is one of the wonderful case. Like here, we should see, like especially in enter Srimad Bhagavatam, whenever the dealings between wife and a husband comes, a brahmachari should look as if it is like dealings between guru and a disciple, and they can derive most valuable lessons if they can be able to see that like that. So now here Lord Shiva is is spiritual master of entire universe, entire material world, and Mother Sati, who is playing the role of a of his wife, can be considered as a disciple. So sometimes when a guru says something, disciples may not be able to take it. So we can see that in the case of Lord Ram and Mother Sita also. Lord Ram says, don't come to forest, stay here. But out of love, she said, I want to come to forest. So she came. And Lord Ram says, don't, like, no, the golden deer doesn't exist at all. Don't go. No. But Mother Sita kept on saying, I want the deer. And when Lord Ram went for getting the deer, Lakshman, he kept Lakshman, Lord Lakshman to safeguard Mother Sita. But Mother Sita accused Lakshman and make him go away. So, and like that Lakshman Rekha is there, right? Lakshman Rekha means this concept of Lakshman Rekha is not there in Valmiki Ramayana, but you can say Lakshman is a protection. She herself gave away her protection, which Lord Ram has kept for her. So, in the same way, the Guru's instructions, spiritual master instructions, are so powerful that word to word, pakka means like there is no. It's not like okay, he said do this, then I will do that, and I'll try to convey him later on. Not like that. When spiritual master says something, it has to be done. That's as it is. So uh, uh, that will please the spiritual master, and which in turn pleases Lord Hari himself. So, especially with respect to spiritual master, one should take, see, like I said, you do this, yama and niyama, okay? When spiritual master says, do this service, we have to take that service as our life and soul. But when he says, give it up, we should give it up as if it is nothing for us. So this we can see, this example we can see of Parikshit Maharaj. So even though he was the emperor of the whole world, when he has to rule, he was ruling on behalf of Krishna, thinking that I am doing this as service to Krishna. And he is not thinking, he never displayed the arrogance that I am king like that. But at the end of his life, because of Krishna's influence, because of Krishna wanted that mistake to happen, he actually garlanded Samik Rishi with the snake garland. Otherwise, he was a great devotee and follows Vaishnava etiquette. And when he came to know about the curse, that he is going to die in 7 days, he understood that it is Krishna's will. He didn't try to contract that. He didn't, and he immediately gave up entire kingdom. He didn't think that I've been working for Krishna. I've been working so dharmically for so long. How can this thing come upon me? He didn't think like that. He just gave up everything because he had that attachment and detachment nature. Attachment means when the service is given to us, we have to get attached to it. When they say, okay, give up that service, immediately give it up. When that nature is there, that person will be elevated to higher level, higher consciousness. Otherwise, if somebody says give it up, like not somebody, spiritual master or authority says give it up, no, I don't want to give it up, or try to convince them, try to no, like why are you trying to give it me, trying to tell me give it up like that? No, it's not enough for business. Our business is following authority. That's it. You want to do, you do. For the pleasure, for their pleasure, for Guru's pleasure. And they wanted give it up and do some other thing, give it up. You can see the example of Prabhupada also. Prabhupada used to send his disciples, you go to this country, to this country. I think, what is Maharaj? Tamal Krishna Maharaj. He was doing such a great preaching work here. When Prabhupada sent him, you go for Radha Damodar book distribution party. He was doing, and he was creating revolution. Wherever you go, he's getting brahmacharis like anything. Everybody joining, coming and joining full time. And Prabhupada called one day and said, you go to China. Not China only. Yeah, you go to China. And right. So, right. Okay. So when Prabhupada said, "Give it up and go to China," he went there, and he did good job in China, and he was able to. Then he said, "Go to Pakistan, go to Sri Lanka." He just surrendered and he used to go. And even our GBC Maldi Prabhu, she had a small baby, and Prabhu said, "You go and preach in the London." They went there and they were able to do the service of, like they established a temple, they converted Beatles into Hare Krishnas. So such a revolutionary, like they were, because of that, their commitment to the authority, their commitment to spiritual master, they were able to create wonders in Krishna consciousness movement. So, but on the other hand, if you see Sati here, see, Sati is herself is Yogamaya, Mahamaya. For in the material world, she is Mahamaya, but in the spiritual world, she is Yogamaya. So herself, she actually, like Lord Shiva knows what is going to happen in future, and Mother Sati is also aware of it. Like but they pretend as if they don't know anything. That is called Leela. So Leela means they know everything. They don't have any attachment or detachment, but they perform to enact the pastime so that the conditioned souls like us can learn the valuable lessons. So basically, it is said that when we offend a devotee, as soon as we develop some kind of negative attitude in the mind, we are already fallen. Who said that? But and how we fall down is details. You may fall down after 1 month, 6 months, 1 year. Those are details. As soon as we develop any negativity towards any other devotee, or you offend any devotee, even mentally also, or negative attitude towards any devotee, you're already fallen. And whatever is to come is our details. Means like whatever, how it's manifest is details. So it's like Ravana, as soon as he took away Mother Sita to Lanka, is already dead. Only the thing of this pastime is remaining, just how to building a bridge and killing Ravana is, all those things are details. So offending a devotee, disobeying the authority, these are all very serious things which a serious devotee should avoid, because it shows our dedication, it shows our how much we are attached to authorities, like pleasure of authority or pleasure of spiritual master. So means that will enable us to get connection with Krishna, because we ended up here because of our independent mentality. So after coming here, after coming into a spiritual circle, after getting initiated, after being a brahmachari or a grihastha, but you still carry on that independent mentality, means just like a eagle. Prabhu was listening to Prabhupada. Eagle, what does it do? It can fly very high, only to see the dead bodies. So even after coming into spiritual circle, even after getting promoted, initiated, or given services or responsibilities, means Krishna is trusting you. The spiritual master is counting on you. Even after getting such kind of instructions or such kind of stage, if we are not able to give up our independent mentality, if we are not able to, sometimes when they are asked, okay, give it up and go do some other service, immediately you have to act upon it. Means if you are not doing that, means we have attachment to the service. With the service comes some authority or like some power, some kind of authority over other devotees, all those things. Means that person is not meant for, like, he is not serving in the mood of service. He is doing it for his sense pleasure. You want to show up, you wanted to model. So here, that's why Mother Sati also, when Lord Shiva told, if Lord Shiva told, okay, you go, then she would have got empowerment. But here Lord Shiva says, don't go. And Mother Sati, she is like Krishna says, Mamaya Duratya, means she is my potential, my energy. But how can Sati make mistake? No, it is all the fault of Daksha. When as soon as Daksha offended Lord Shiva in the initial sacrifice, the first sacrifice where he goes, all the demigods were there. At that point of time, as soon as he blasphemed the Lord Shiva, he already fell down. But due to his good karma, due to his greatest devotional service that he has done in the past, he had the greatest asset of Mother Sati, who was the wife of Lord Shiva. So, like we attain all the blessings of Gurus and Vaishnavas. With their blessings comes some benedictions, like some powers, some strength. But when we offend a devotee, all the benedictions are void. One after the other, you will lose good name, you will lose your intelligence, you will lose your purity, you will lose your consciousness, you become more and more offensive. So those are all the results of offending a devotee. So Daksha, what he did, when he offended Lord Shiva, he's already dead. Like when somebody offends a Vaishnava, there are two options. It is said in the scriptures: you either kill that person, or you kill yourself, or you leave that place. That's why Nandi, cursed the Daksha. Then he cursed all the Shivanas, and Lord Shiva left the place. So in the case of Daksha and Mother Sati was his daughter and wife of Lord Shiva. She is the greatest spiritual asset, not material asset. Okay, and now Daksha is going to lose that spiritual asset. And Yogamaya impelled Mother Sati to go to sacrifice. And why Lord Shiva knows that what is going to happen. But still, why Lord Shiva has did all this kind of enacted this pastime is so that we can learn the lessons. What happens when we disobey the spiritual authority? What happens when we go and act by our own free will? Yeah? So everything has to be like I was hearing from the Singuru class. He says, if you do any service which is not assigned to you, you are boosting your policy. So that kind of behavior we should always avoid. And one more factor is when we offend a devotee, two things will happen. Maya will start acting on us. Maya has two potencies, Avarnatmika and Prakshepatmika. First of all, she will cover our intelligence, totally cover our intelligence. And when our intelligence is covered, we speak something which we are not supposed to speak. No? And we do some things which we should not do. Even though so many people says, don't do that, no, come out of it. No, still, I want to do that, I want to do that. That person is so much, conditioned that he can't help himself. Maya will force him to do this. He is totally under the influence of Maya because his intelligence is fully covered. He doesn't know what is the goal of my life, to be servant of serpent. But what am I doing? Offending devotees, quarreling with devotees, shouting on the devotees. So he totally forgets everything. Whatever he has learned, why he has come, why he has to be in the spiritual organization, he totally forgets everything. And he commits offense after offense after offense after offense. That his all good karma will be vanquished just like a vapor. And once that is over, when all good karma is done, Maya will kick him out of the devotee association. Prakshepatinga means she will throw him somewhere where there are no devotees. He will never get devotee association. He will never be able to have the spiritual authority, spiritual masters. And again, he has to take many lifetimes to come back to the stage of accepting a spiritual master. So this pastime, like there is one nice pastime that our last class, as I said, right? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, such a great personality. He says he's humility personified. He says in Srimad Chaitanya Charitamrita, saying that if anybody hears my name, he will lose all his piety. If anybody chants my name, he will lose all piety. If anybody sees my name, he will get all sinful reactions. But the message that I'm giving is pristine. It's the most valuable. If anyone takes this message, they will attain the love of Godhead. They'll attain the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, like that, he himself Krishna Kaviraj Goswami keeps himself as the lower than the stool, worm in the stool. And he says, I'm worse than Jagan Madai. But he says, my message is great. If anyone takes this message, their life will be successful. Don't as a person, don't value me, but value my message, because it is not coming from me, it is coming directly from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He says, I'm 90, how much? 90 years old that time? 97 years old, and he has arthritis and his hands are shaking. But when I start for writing, my hand moves without my control. So how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami attained such a benediction is Once what happened, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was a great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Nityananda Prabhu. One time, a devotee of Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Maniketan Ramdas, he, Maniketan Ramdas was such an exalted devotee. He is always in ecstasy. He always chants the name of Nityananda. And he shouts Nityananda name so loudly that everybody become ecstatic by hearing that cry. And in ecstasy, he used to develop such a shapes on his body that of a kadamba flowers. Like when kadamba flowers, I don't know the size, exact size of kadamba flowers. It is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita that he used to develop the imprints of kadamba flowers on his body. And his body used to tremble, and entire of his only one of his one of the part of his body used to remain stable, and rest of the body used to tremble due to ecstatic feeling. Such an advanced devotee who is in prema stage, and he has very childish mood. When somebody offers obeisances, he used to go and climb on them. And when he sees somebody whom he likes very much, he used to take his foot and beat them. It's like totally contrarily out of his childish nature, uncontrollable love. And his consciousness is so high. If some new people sees that, they'll get bewildered. Why? What is this? Everybody worshipping this person is behaving like a child. So, but all the great Vaishnavas, they used to know his greatness and they used to respect him. Once Mindakirtan Ramdas comes to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's home, and there is a Brahmana, and I think cousin brother or brother of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. He was doing deity worship. And the problem with this Guna, his name is Gunaram Mishra, right? The problem with him is he has faith on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he doesn't believe on Nityananda Prabhu. And he says, always Nityananda Prabhu used to decorate nicely, always like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dealings are very grave, very just like a devotee says, he has to maintain the gravity. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dealings are very grave. He used to follow all the rules and regulations pakka. But Nityananda Prabhu, he doesn't follow anything. You'll just always ecstatic and dancing, chanting, and you'll do what not, like it is hard to imagine for a ordinary condition soul. That's why it's called Avadhuta Nityananda. The actions of Nityananda Prabhu are not understood by ordinary devotees. But Chaitanya Prabhu says, Nityananda Prabhu, everybody should worship him. Only one who gets the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu can only reach me. And the devotees, all the devotees who are actually in the right mindset, they actually greatly respect Nityananda Prabhu. But this Gunana Mishra, he doesn't have faith in Nityananda Prabhu. He used to say, oh, this person is some loose candidate, like that. He used to think like that. So, because he doesn't have faith in Nityananda Prabhu, he doesn't value the greatest devotee of Nityananda Prabhu, Gunana Mishra. Sorry, Minaketan Ramdas. So Minaketan Ramdas came to his house of their house, and everybody is offering him obeisances. And he was just doing deity worship, and see, somebody is doing deity worship. They don't have to come and to offer obeisances. But when the very exalted devotee comes, Krishna himself says, stop my worship, go and offer respect to my devotee first. It is said in Srimad Bhagavat. Prabhu also says, when a very exalted devotee comes, you can stop deity worship, go offer obeisances to that devotee, and then come and resume your deity worship. By doing that, Krishna will be very pleased. Means respecting a devotee has a very high regard in the heart of Krishna. So, this person, when Minaketan Ramdas sees this, he laughed and said, see, one more Roma Harshan Suta, one more Roma Harshan. Just like Roma Harshan neglected Balramji, this person is also neglecting the Vaishnavas. He don't know the mood, how to respect, offer respect. But still, this Gunarna Mishra, he didn't care about it. He said, just all this, they don't have any power only. They are not very exalted only. Why to care of them? He thought like that. Then, but Minakatan Ramdas also didn't mind it, and he actually danced and chanted, and then did all kirtan and all the after the ecstatic experiences everybody experienced. And finally, while going, he was offering obeisances to all. Minakatan Ramdas was offering obeisances to all the Vaishnavas present there. At that point of time, this Gunarna Mishra did some argument. How can you say like that to me? Like, these people will have, right? You compared me with the Romans. How can you say like that? He went and tried to argue. And Milton Ramdas became so frustrated, he broke his flute and then went away from there. And Krishna Kaviraj Goswami writes, my brother immediately fell down. Then what happened? Krishna Kaviraj Goswami goes to Gunarna Mishra and chastises him left and right. You have a very degraded mentality. It is better you become an atheist and respect Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu equally. Now you have developed great devotion towards Mahaprabhu, but you are actually have very less regard for Nityananda Prabhu. Means it's like Adda Kukutinaya, means you are only trying to what the Guru means, I only want half back part of the hen. Front part eats the grain. So I don't want the front part, I only want back part. So that is foolishness. If the hen doesn't have front part, it will not be able to produce the egg. So that kind of mentality. So Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami chastises Krishna that Gunarna Mishra. So due to that, what happened? Nityananda Prabhu very much pleased with him. Nityananda Prabhu appears in the dream of Krishna Kaviraj Goswami, and the description there was amazing. Nityananda Prabhu's beauty, Nityananda Prabhu's greatness, the very graphically explained in that section. How Nityananda Prabhu was wearing a dazzling blue color costume, and his body was well built like a Veera, means like a warrior, and he's holding a stick, and he's chewing the betel nuts, and his mouth is red, and his teeth are like seeds of pomegranate seeds, and he was just by his beauty, he's attracting everybody, and he's always chanting Krishna's name, and all the devotees around him were also taking shelter of Nityananda Prabhu and chanting Krishna's name in great ecstasy. That like that, it's nice description is there in that section. Means Nityananda Prabhu gave the darshan of spiritual world, what is happening in the spiritual world, to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. And Nityananda Prabhu, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in his dream goes and falls at the feet of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu speaks him up, and with great affection he says, I'm very much pleased with you. You actually respected my devotee. You actually tried to fight for my devotee, defended my devotee. So you go now. You go to Vrindavan, and all your desires will be fulfilled. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he has a position, he has a family, he's a great person right there. He just left at the moment, same time, just left the home, irrespective of his old age and everything. He went away from home and went to Vrindavan. What he got in Vrindavan? Association of Rupa Goswamis, all the 6 Goswamis, and regular Krishna Katha, and the empowerment to write Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he will be glorified for eternity for that service. That kind of position. And when it comes to dealing with Mayavadis, or somebody who is misinterpreting the Mayavadi philosophy, Krishna Kaviraj Goswami, I said, right, he is very humble. He compares himself as the lowest of the low. But when he says, if I see any Mayavadi, I will come and kick their head. Why he does says that is, then he is a devotee of Nityananda Prabhu, he is devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if he does, if a child goes and insults any other person, and it is a responsibility of a parent to come and deal with the situation. So he is like a child of Nityananda Prabhu. So when he goes and offends a non-devotee, then Nityananda Prabhu will take mercy upon them and come and gives mercy to them also. So that is his move. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was able to attain that service, that position, only just by following the instructions of Guru and just getting out of the situation as per the Lord's instruction. So when Parishit Maharaj, in the material world, being the king, being the emperor of entire material world is the topmost position. There is nothing higher than that. And if somebody says, give that service, Krishna will give some other better service to you. Then he can say, what better service? I'm the top position. There is nothing higher than me in this material world. What can Krishna give you? It's not like that. So when Krishna says, give that service, Parishit gave it up, and Krishna descended in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam for the sake of Parishit Maharaj. And Parishit Maharaj will be glorified throughout the eternity and this pastime. And we have so many kings, so many powerful kings, but we are reciting Parishit Maharaj as the greatest of the devotees. So it is said that, like Ramananda Raya says to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is the real fame? Fame as a great devotee is the actual fame. Fame as the devotee of the Lord is the real fame. Rest all fames are illusion. So that will elevate us. So that's what I can speak of. If anybody have any questions or comments. Hare Krishna, online education.
Being independent, like to be simple. What are those factors that actually that makes us do that? Being liking to one that is and not others.
So basically, the question is, what factors will influence us to do one kind of service and not others? It is lust only, Arjuna. Right? What is called lust means kama, means sense enjoyment. I want to enjoy something. So when somebody says give up the service, you are not able to give up that service because you are attached to it and you want to enjoy that, independent of Krishna. Because when the authority says, when the Guru says give up, means you are not giving up. Means your attachment is there. Attachment comes from lust. So out of false ego, you are not enjoying. You don't have the ability to enjoy only. It's only false ego that enjoys in this material world. So it is only due to anarthas. And when the lust is not satisfied, it will transform into anger. Anger will lead to delusion. So we can do all kind of offenses, all kind of actions when we are carried away by the anger and all those things. Okay? Yeah. Can you speak louder?
Mental offenses.
Mental offense, yeah. Immediately, fall down start.
For you guys, it's difficult to have control to mental.
Yeah, means like see, why I said mental offense means you are thinking negative about other devotee. Means everything starts with on the level of thinking, feeling, and willing. So when you develop so much of negativity about any devotee, it is only a matter of time you will act on that. If you don't If you don't develop positive attitude, positive outlook towards the devotee, it is only a matter of time. You'll go and say something to the devotee, offend the devotee, and then. But if in Kali Yuga mental offense then doesn't count, but it will. But in Kali Yuga people don't have the mind control, self control. They can't hold the feelings for longer. They just act on it. So we should be very careful with our thoughts. And as soon as some negativity comes, we should think some positive about the devotee. And if by mistake we commit any mistake, immediately we have to go and beg forgiveness from the devotee. That will save us. But if by mistake, if you displease any devotee, or you are not able to, if the devotee is not available, then in the worst case, you can please another devotee. That way you'll be saved from that offense. So basically, everything goes to Krishna. Krishna says, Sadhu Hudayamayam Sadhuna. Yes, I am in the heart of my devotee and my devotees are in my heart. So when you give pain to devotee, you are directly giving the pain to the heart of Krishna himself. So it's a very great offense, and we should try to, as much as possible, try to avoid it. Online, anybody have any questions?
Roji, no questions, but very wonderful class, very beautiful dimension you covered. Starting with saying that if someone criticizes a devotee, he already fallen down, and you gave an example from Chaitanya Charitamrita. That was very elaborative, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Yes, Bhagavat Prabhu ki jai.
Thank you.
Jai.